You see, one of the keys of making videos as a content creator that will make you last is to create videos that both you and your audience will enjoy. Although I love the videos I make, I can't hide the fact that responding to memes or funny videos are the ones I enjoy the most now. Therefore, today is a good day. You can hear from my voice. I will be reacting to some medical memes, and definitely we're going to learn some things beyond the laughter. Let's just start this video now. 130 fake hospitals and pharmacies were discovered in Tudunwada local government in Kano. One doctor in quote had only SSC. Problem. Another doctor in quote who owned and operated an 8-bed hospital was an electrical engineer. This is serious. And that's it. You see, these are the things that you come and hear people now complain that the doctors are not qualified, they are not doing their jobs. It's so easy to believe that people are medical doctors in a place like Nigeria. You deceive people once you just put on a word code, you could speak some jargons. People will just believe you and you'll be doing your village thing and costing people their lives. You see, this doctor in quote had only SSC. SSC is like your high school certificate, secondary school certificate. In Nigeria, you would have to pass your secondary school and then apply to get an admission in the university to study medicine. And after you've studied medicine, you're now eligible to become or qualified to become a medical doctor. And the least number of years you can spend training as a medical student in Nigeria is 6 years. There are 6 more years ahead of you, but someone with just an SSC is practicing as a medical doctor. Obviously a quack. And the other one that even owns a hospital with 8-bed space is an electrical engineer. There's nothing that correlates this. I wonder what the regulatory bodies are doing about this. Like plenty centers that people claim to be hospitals, plenty human beings that claim to be health workers are not even trained, they're not even qualified, and they pose as doctors. Oh God, this is just bad. Okay, this is a tweet by someone called Destiny. See, if I ever have birth complications, save me, in capital letter, not the baby. You don't even need to state that, but it's very important you did that. The thing is that every doctor, every obstetrician knows that the life of the mother is more important than the life of the baby. So if we're put in a situation where we have to choose between the mother and the baby, we wouldn't think twice in picking the mother. The mother is more important. And this is the logic. We put it as mother is the container, baby is the content. So far as the container is preserved, there are likelihood that the content will be recreated. That means the mother is likely to get pregnant again and give birth to the child. But if you destroy the container, which the baby needs, what have you done? And this is an adult that a lot has been put into the person to grow to become who she is. This is obviously an adult, was being taken care of as a baby, was being trained to become who she is. It's more of a loss, it's a huge loss or a greater loss compared to the baby. So because of that, we wouldn't even think twice in choosing the mother over the baby. Even in some situations where there are likelihood that she wouldn't even get pregnant again, will still preserve the mother. You could adopt. There are other means to get pregnant. The husband will prefer his wife over the child. So except in some situations, patients still have the right to choose whatever they want. So if you are being found to be in the right sense to make that kind of decision, we'll persuade you otherwise. Many times we didn't even agree to do that, but if you agree, some doctors would go ahead, some would have to refer you to someone else to do that. But please, the mother is always more important than the baby. Please. The next one. Please don't ask philosophical questions to your doctor. He only knows practical answers. Yeah, we're doctors, we're not philosophical. We'll give you our answers as it is. Doctor, what happens after we die? I think that's the patient asking what happens after we die. We clean the bed and admit a new patient. Exactly. That's literally what happens. After somebody dies, the person is moved to the morgue or given to the relatives to go and bury. And the bed is cleaned and prepared for the next patient because Life goes on in the hospital. Patients will always need attention. So the hospital cannot shut down because a patient had died. Yes, we've lost a life that the relatives and friends, their lives will forever be changed because of the loss. But we can't stay back and mourn and not attend to the ones that need our help. So life continues. But please don't ask us those kind of questions. Maybe if you meet the religious health workers, they might be able to give you the answers you need. Or the philosophical ones, they will give you the answer. But we literally, this is what happens after a patient dies. That's the answer. When you realize that entering med school was just the beginning, it's true. Med school is difficult. Med school is very difficult. In fact, now there are rising cases of depression among medical students and even suicide. But the truth is that medical students hear this. The stress of being a doctor is even worse than med school, especially if you are going to residency. It's more difficult than med school because in residency, you are still training at the same time, you're still responsible for patients, which is something that doesn't happen in med school. Med school, you are just after your lectures and after your training, you are not responsible for any patient. But this is an additional burden you get as a practicing medical doctor. So you can't just go home. Even many times when you go home, the work still follows you. So it's actually the beginning. Med school is difficult. The life of a doctor is more difficult. But the good thing is that don't be discouraged. Many of us went through it and we're okay. You can go through it and you'll be okay too. As our African parents used to say, those that used to do it, it's not as if they have two heads. Yes, we don't have two heads. Many people that are doing well in the practice are people that are likely not even as strong as you. So medicine pushes you. Well, there's a saying that you don't know how strong you are until being strong is the only option you have. So as it pushes you, you also be more resilient because you will need that in the course of your practice. You need a very strong mindset, a very resilient mind to be able to be a very good doctor. So take that as a challenge that you're going to face similar challenges. It's stressful. So you build your stamina very well, and that will help you to be a better doctor. Also know how to handle the stress. Balance is stress too. It goes a long way. That's another just for another day. Let's move on. Okay. The number of people older than you will never increase. Which kind of thought is this one? And that's true. It's true. The number of people older than you will never increase. In fact, they will reduce because older people die, so it decreases compared to the number of people younger than you. Yes, there are people younger than you that die, but at the same time, there are people that have been born. And with the way it is, population is increasing now. So, yeah, that's it. This shouldn't make you depressed. You just value life. Because even as you're getting older, there are many people that wish they had the opportunity. And you don't. Then there are many people, older people, that wish they could be at your age again to make some kind of decisions. So please maximize every day you have. Don't be thinking about all these things too much. Maximize every day and make sure that your best day is today. Try as much as possible. Yeah, life has challenges, yeah, but that's the beauty. Pharmacists are professional educated drug dealers. Hey, my pharmacist friends, it's not me. Oh. It's not me. But literally, it's true. You deal drugs. Happy drugs now, medications. If you want to use medications, but they are drugs too. Definition of drugs is there now. So and you deal with them, you sell them, you advise. It's part of the dealing, but not those kind of drug cartels kind of stuff. Yeah, this person is looking for trouble though, and you're professional, you're educated, so let me go and look for trouble. My professional educated drug dealers. We'll call them professional educated drug dealers. PEDD. PED. Nice. When you remember it was your decision to enter med school. Harry Cavill. Which movie is this? I think Sherlock. Yeah, I think Sherlock. Enola Holmes. Yeah, this should be Enola Holmes. It was Sherlock in Enola Holmes. I like movies a lot. Yeah, most medical students voluntarily choose medicine. Yeah, there are a significant amount of people that would have been forced or not advised properly, but most medical students choose medicine. And when you now start facing the wahala, that's problems of med school, you remember that you are the one that carried yourself there. And it's true. Some of us, if we knew that this was how it was going to be, many of us would have been doctors, but we still don't regret it. Sha. I don't regret being a medical doctor. I I love my job. I really love my job, and it has taught me a lot. But don't be discouraged. You'll be able to handle it. Just live one day at a time. Before you know, you're getting stronger and stronger. Things actually don't get easier. You just get tougher. And that's it. You become more resilient. And probably I know the finisher. Anesthesia fitness report. Pulmonologist's opinion needed as patient had an episode of cough 15 years ago. What kind of thing is surgeon is? No, now. No. Okay. You wouldn't understand this if you were not a medical doctor or a health personnel. You wouldn't understand this. This is a surgery scenario. You know, before the surgeons operate on the patient, especially if it's a major surgery, the anesthetist will come and review. We would assess the patient and see whether the patient is fit for surgery. Yo, why are you sleeping with a bandana? You are doing gangster in your dreams. That was Phipps. Bye bye. So, what happens is that we review the patient, the surgeons review the patient, see that the patient is fit for the surgery. If the patient is not fit for the surgery is being postponed, or if the patient's condition is improved to make him or her fit for the surgery. But then, apart from the surgeons reviewing, the anesthetists also review too, so that they will see whether the patient is fit for whichever kind of anesthesia they're going to give to the patient. And this one is just exaggerated. The anesthetist came and reviewed and was like, a pulmonologist is a medical doctor, a physician that specializes in the respiratory system. So a pulmonologist's opinion is needed as patient had an episode of cough 15 years ago. Now, how about now? There are many things that can cause cough, and if it's 15 years ago, so this one is just exaggerated. The surgeon is angry. Imagine the pulmonologist when they now invite the pulmonologist to come and he hears that this is the reason the anesthetist invited him or her now. There will be problem. You can ask them, why would you not invite me for this kind of thing? It's not worth it. But if the patient maybe was actively coughing and seems to have a chest issue, the person will be invited. That's how it is. So medicine is multidisciplinary. Many times a patient belongs to a whole department of people. It might not even be restrained to only medical doctors, allied health workers like nutritionists, psychologists, social services, and the rest. So anyone that comes to review and sees there's this problem will just refer to the appropriate specialist to come and review. So this is exaggerated, Sha. The next one. There's no way people who are psychiatrists or therapists are not even slightly analyzing their friends. Ah, that one. It's even as medical students then, we were already analyzing everybody. I remember when we started psychiatry, I was first diagnosing myself with many psychiatric issues. And imagine now having family and friends, you'll be thinking whether this person is having this or that. It happens. Talk more of you being a professional. You know, most of these psychiatric disorders are like an exaggerated form of the normal emotional expressions human beings have. So depression is like exaggerated or extreme sadness or whatever it is. So many times you will just be noticing this person is too excited. Hope it's not manic, this one is so subdued. Hope he's not depressed or she's not depressed. No, those kind of things. So I know. What do you think, psychiatrists or psychologists? Usually they have. I don't have friends that are like that will be analyzing. But it will be good though, so that I'll know if they have any mental issue, they'll catch it sharp sharp and tell me sharp. So that's all. That's all. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you learned from it. That's the most important thing, you learned from it too. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe and turn on the bell notification. You can share this with many people that will find this helpful. Thank you, and I'm going to see my next video. Bye.